Yo, what is going on, guys? Thank you for tuning in to another video with your boy Rish. Today, what do we got going on? The hood's open. Something's wrong, man. Something's gotta be wrong because it sure damn is. I kinda have a little bit of PTSD from, this white TSX with the whole temp gauge issue kind of thing. Something told me to kind of just, always look at the temp gauge in this car, and I just constantly do it. And for some reason I had a feeling yesterday and I look at it and it's like at cold, like it's almost getting to cold, and it's constantly bouncing between cold and like middle of halfway. I'm not messing around. What I'm gonna do is, because whatever coolant he's got in here, he's got some pink stuff, whatever crap in there, I'm gonna flush it out as much as possible, and I'm gonna replace the thermostat and the coolant temperature sensor. I don't know if it's ever been changed. I know the radiator has, because he told me, and it looks newer, but thermostat, that's tricky, and the sensor, sometimes you never know, and like that gauge in there, now I know it's like a dummy light. I believe it's either like the thermostat or the sensor that's kind of causing the issues, where it's just kind of reading cold and not, getting to temp. I'm gonna take it out from the white TSX, because why not? Just sitting there. So I thought at first I had to take out the intake manifold, but I could just slide out the radiator. We shall see how everything goes. Stay tuned. First things first, you want to do is get your bucket so you have enough room for all the coolant. Get some rags, get like a cardboard sign just in case some extra spills and you just don't want it on bare ground or lay on bare ground. So yeah, got the car jacked up. Yeah, I'm gonna start with draining the fluids and just go from there. I never done this before, but I guess there's a method where on the back of the block, somewhere like underneath the VTEC oil pressure sensor, there's like a hex or Allen key kind of bolt where the coolant is able to come out of from the block. So probably gonna have to do that so I could get everything fully out and get rid of this weird pink stuff, whatever fluid this dude put in there. Go under here, and right in the middle is this plug, and that's what you want to start releasing to get the radiator coolant out. And don't do it all the way at first. Crack it a little bit, let some fluid start pouring out, and then remove it fully, because then this thing's gonna shoot out. I basically have to remove the plug completely for this thing to start draining this blob. Get myself a rag. See, you know what my problem is? The problem is I didn't pop this cap, and so now it's gonna probably burst. See, the pressure's releasing. See what I mean? See what I mean? It just started pouring out. You see this pink fluid, y'all? That's what I don't want. I don't know what the hell this is. I need to get OEM fluid. That's what we use. Make sure you guys pop the cap open first, because then it's really gonna release. Since we have the coolant over here draining, we're gonna let that, do its thing. Might squeeze the hose so maybe more comes out. Either way, because since we're replacing the thermostat and whatnot, like, we're gonna pop this off and there's gonna be more coolant just, pouring out. So regardless, there's still gonna be some from somewhere. You don't necessarily have to pop off the whole thing, but I'm gonna just get it out my way for right now. Alright, since I'm gonna be taking out my radiator, so I could have full access right there instead of having to remove my intake manifold, I'm gonna go ahead and start unplugging fan relays, the sensors. I got the thermostat from my other TSX and the coolant sensor, which are both new. This one's OEM, this is from O'Reilly's. What I'm gonna have to do is probably go get another O-ring, because this one weirdly pinched and it's kind of tearing, so kind of just for safekeeping I want to replace it. Now I'm starting to just take off everything from here so I can take out the radiator and just have access to everything, and then shebang, because we got to drain all that regardless. So just take out the radiator, and then you have full-on access to the thermostat. It sits in there like this, and you have 1, 2, 3 bolts, and you could get an extension or whatever and have the room. Now that we have this radiator out, we have all this access right here to be able to get an extension and just reach to the bolts 1, 2, and 3 at the thermostat, and then just be able to pull it off. So let's just get to that. You want to get something like this, get your ratchet and extension and a 10 mil, then you're able to crack it all. Now I'm just going to go ahead in here with the ratchet itself and use this, just so I don't have to sit there cranking. Just boom, boom, boom. Then we're going to have the thermostat out and swap over, but I need to go to Harbor Freight. I kind of like go in sections and little by little, because it is like basically like pressurized with a spring, compressed, and I don't know, I just kind of want it to come out like more even, just in case, you know. Make sure you have your bucket underneath the thermostat, because when you do crack it, more coolant's gonna pour out. See, like I said. Thermostat is out. Thermostats are real finicky, especially with these cars. They could kind of go out at any moment and not really give you too many signs, premature signs. It just kind of goes out. Temp gauge starts messing with you. You start overheating, like this random crap. So while I'm doing all this, I might as well replace it just so I know, and potentially not have to do in the future, because I don't want to flush the coolant again, you know. Yeah, that's out. So it's pretty simple, guys. Just get the radiator out, and you don't have to sit there squeezing with space or take off your intake manifold and deal with fuel and a bunch of extra shit. So guys, this one on my left hand is the eBay one. This one on the right is OEM. You could tell the build quality just looks so much more better with the OEM. This is some sort of Moto Rad brand on eBay. I think it was like 30 bucks. My girlfriend looked it up. Yeah, we're gonna pop in this OEM one for safekeeping, because why would you put an eBay thermostat in there? Because man, these things can make or break your car too. I know. So even though I had an OEM one, I just didn't know it was kind of like a dud. Like I said, over time they just kind of go out randomly, and then you start having issues. I just want to show you guys the difference. You can tell. We're gonna replace that coolant switch, and then yeah. Alright y'all, so it is the next day. I only have a little bit of time before I gotta go to work, as always. But this is the bolt, hex bolt that I was talking about, that is to the block, and it gets the rest of the coolant out. It is right above the oil filter and underneath the oil pressure sensor. Yeah, it was kind of a tough one to get cracked. I had to get a breaker bar underneath there. Hasn't been taken off in like ever. I did that. I might just put like a little sliver of Honda Bond on it, just to kind of give it a little seal, just in case, because I don't know if it had anything. Went to Honda this morning, got some more coolant, and yeah, we're just gonna reverse everything that we just took off. So, progress before work, yay. Alright y'all, sorry for the noise. There's always some fucking going on, like always something. I'm about to go ahead and install this OEM thermostat right up in there. It's crazy how much of a difference this one, the OEM, is to this eBay. Like, it doesn't even look at all the same. Like, different lengths, different spring looks, different top hat. Like, it's just different. Don't forget the seal for the thermostat. It may be stuck, it may have fell. Just don't forget that there's a seal for this, and you want it there. Otherwise, it's gonna leak. So make sure it's there when we're gonna install this thing. It could only go in one way, like one direction, because any other way, it's just getting blocked. You're not gonna be able to slot it in. So one direction, get it on, get these bolts going through. There we go. You probably more than likely want to reuse these bolts, because you're probably not going to find any others. Carry on. Alright guys, as you can tell, we're at that point. Everything is on. I swapped out the O-ring for the coolant temp sensor. This is the old one, so this one even was like beat up like crazy. I got one from Advanced Auto. It wasn't the exact size, and Honda didn't have one, so I couldn't get OEM. Hopefully it should work regardless. And I put a little bit of Mega Gray Honda Bond kind of on that back screw a little bit, and it should be pretty tight, and everything is on. So now all that's left is add coolant, start the car. When you're doing your coolant bleeding process and you just flush your whole system, get yourself this spill-free funnel. Like, dude, it will save you the world time and headache of bleeding the air coolant system because it is a pain. You want to have your car lifted up so your radiator is kind of at like the highest point, so everything bubbles out and gets all the coolant in. You want to go, I want to say like 3, maybe 4 fan cycles to really just let it, you know, idle and make sure it's solid. So you don't stop it and then you go driving and then it starts overheating because you still have an air pocket in there. So you want to give it a little bit of, you know, time. I've had luck where, you know, I did it in 2 fan cycles and it's been good or whatever, but you know, if you're doing a whole flush or whatever, just do like 3 or 4, just to play it safe so you don't have to lift it up again, put this thing on, and just repeat the process. Just do it while you're doing it. So let's do it. Got one down. Hey, you can just keep pouring because it's gonna keep taking, and then you have the little stick to plug it up once it doesn't take anymore. You plug it, you put it in your reservoir tank, or just put it back in the bottle, either or. Now we're getting that nice blue stuff. Because come over here, I'm gonna show you guys like this pink crap. Bro, this is like, I don't know, it just seems thick. Seems thicker. Definitely, it almost seems like it wasn't mixed fully or 50-50 with like water wise. Not it, no bueno.
Bueno, no.
I forgot to record for you guys the first time. This is the second time the fans turn on. Both are turning on and they only came on for like 10 seconds right there. So yeah, came on once, this is the second time. And periodically keep looking at the temp gauge right there. That thing is fine. I have the AC on and it blasting cool all the way because it helps kind of, I don't know, bleed the system. So yeah, y'all, that's about where we're at right now. I'm gonna wait another 1 or 2 fan cycles and then I gotta get ready for work. So that's about it for right now. I'm probably gonna catch back with you guys tomorrow and maybe go for like a ride or something. We'll see. We'll see. All right, well, everything's on, said and done. It went through like 5-6 fan cycles as I was getting ready for work and whatnot. So that's gonna be that, and I'll catch you guys back tomorrow with, you know, driving the car and testing it and just, you know, doing a little POV or something. Stay tuned and, you know, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. What is going on, guys? It is Friday and it is already like 1 p.m. so I literally have like an hour to do anything. I had to run around, do things a little bit, make some food prep, some shit, eat, and it's already, you know, 12, almost 1 o'clock. Just going in a little bit earlier, whatever, and yeah, it's the weekend. So happy Friday, guys. A little ticky. Maybe I got to do like a little valve adjustment. I've never done that before, you know, do the valve lash or whatever, but sure I could watch some videos like everyone does and just learn. This is the first startup. Been sitting at temp right now. We're about to go for a ride in a second. I'm just waiting for my boot thing. There it is, boot dang. I gotta swap out this battery and we'll do some things. I know, guys, I'm 8 posts and you guys talk about the alignment. I know it needs alignment, but I'm not gonna get 2. I need to do front suspension because everything just feels clunky, a little loose and whatnot on the steering. So I'm just doing suspension first and then I could get alignment done. I know. Woo! It's only been like, you know, not 5 minutes or whatever. Temperature's holding up so far, and just gotta keep driving. Probably gonna drive it at work today. I mean, you gotta drive it and make sure everything's all good, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's 2 minutes before 1, so I really have like 30 minutes before I have to get dressed and then head out to work, so. Oh. Hey, I didn't see you there. You know, I'm just sipping my Blizzy. I'm blizzy, not a glizzy. Pause. Made a quick pit stop at Dairy Queen. As you could tell, a little snacky snack, you know, a little blizzy and a little slushy, you know. And I don't know, the car's been good. No temp gauge issues so far. I'm gonna drive it to work. I need to adjust the clutch pedal a little bit once we get to the house. So yeah, I mean, we just keep doing what we doing and doing.
Hello, motherfucker.
I never take a day off, work around the clock, my engineer getting paid off. Rock like Ace up, like the weed and take off. So high I cannot see.